I'm okay. I just smoked another to the face, yeah. She wanna stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money, money in the bank. Coming with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sick and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody!
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
Walk into any...
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
I would say you can hear them in the headphones.
That was it.
We good? We good? Do we got audio? Chat, we good here?
I still hear you the same way you.
They can hear you.
All right.
Take time to blink twice if you're.
All right. I think we're good. I think we got it.
We're back.
We're back. We're here. We're here. We literally had a power surge at 4:59, just a minute before the show started. I'm Chris Platte, filling in for Spencer Raxter, who is on a Junecation, along with Nick. We'll get to who's in the sound booth later, but right now, Easy's flipping whips. So I got my guy Caleb right here with me, man. Happy. Shout out the boys. Shout Shout out Jesus and Joel for holding down the boost. We had some technical difficulties, but they powered through it. Saying an echo is bad. Justin, delete the 2 sounds that I added. The 2 sounds that I added, that should delete the echo.
Chris holding it down here.
But I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Yeah, just delete them. If those bottom ones that we just imported, we don't even need them.
I've noticed a couple people, in the chat mentioning the yellow shirt. I had to go bold today, knowing I was going to be on the desk.
Yeah.
I got a little glow to me I could see on the stream.
You do. You got a little, yeah. Yeah, it is a little glow.
Yellow is not a fat guy's color. I should have thought about this one before leaving the crib today.
What is a fat guy's color?
Black.
Black?
Black.
Yeah.
You can't go stripes. You can't really go many patterns. Because let's say you go a pattern.
Yeah.
And there's a person on it. It will stretch out the person with your belly. So gotta go either black, navy blue.
I've heard the stripes thing because my dad's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
I've heard the stripes thing, but for me, I've never really seen it. But I guess I never really check out.
It's there. Yeah. I'm glad you don't notice that type of stuff though.
Nah, man, you're looking good on the camera. You look good. Oh, I'm looking good on the camera. Shout out you guys one more time. I gotta really shout out Jesus for making this happen in the booth, and Joel. You guys, listen, man. You guys make this work. So I appreciate you all. We are gonna get into a lot of things. We got a couple minutes before break here, so thank you all for staying with us again through the technical difficulties. Truly in heavyweights fashion, a power surge right before the show. But do you want to play that video that we got of Donald Trump fresh off the attempted assassination? He's rocking the ear patch, and I've seen a lot of other people rocking it. But there was a certain interaction he had, and I got it looped, so you could just let it play a couple times. I haven't seen this. I don't know the context of this. Easy put it in the script, but you know what? I gotta see this because the phrase it's in the graphics. It's in vMix already.
Yeah,
I imported it.
I saw Easy was talking about it earlier.
Yeah, dude, I have no clue what this is.
I didn't see it.
I have zero clue what this is. So we're about to live react to it. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this is. Okay, so Trump's interacting with.
Oh,
yo, my man, what was that?
I mean, he blew a kiss,
dude.
Pookie Bear.
Yeah. Bring it back. That is wild. That is truly wild right there. Like,
I mean, that was just a straight up. He just blew a kiss at him.
Yeah, that was a lot of affection, man. That was a lot of affection. So, man, Easy always finds the most random shit to throw in here.
I remember the first time I was on the show. I remember one of the videos Easy played was all those bulls were jumping over the fence at the whatever they call that. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah,
that was my first day too. I'm like, oh, what am I? What kind of show is this?
I'm telling you though, nothing beats your balloon video though. Nothing beats your balloon video.
Yeah, that's the one that kind of started everything, making content and everything. Follow me on Twitter at Caleb Zarnick.
Yeah.
But
you for sure gotta tell them how to spell it.
Shout out the Booth Boys. Listen, Booth Boys, what do you guys? Joel, I'll start with you. Like, what do you think? What do you make of that Trump of Trump blowing a kiss to Hulk Hogan?
What you call?
I mean, I know they go back because of WrestleMania, but like,
no, you shouldn't.
They go back like that.
Blowing a kiss is like, it shouldn't be no reason that you blowing a kiss at another man for real. It shouldn't be no reason for that. Like, no matter how cool y'all are, like I was just saying, like I understand like a hug, like that's one thing, but like blowing a kiss, that might be a little bit gayer than actually like if he would like give him a little like French kiss on the cheek or something, like because actually like do the emotion like all that, like that's that's like schoolgirlish almost.
Yeah,
that's damn near what he remind me of.
The only thing missing from that is Hogan catching the kiss.
No, I thought he was gonna do that.
That's the only thing missing from it. But in other news, I thought I was gonna get out of work a little bit early today. Shout out all my Diamond Brush people in the chat, my Diamond ladies. Shout out to Amy, shout out to Jeanette, Prani, my boy John watching, everybody watching. Shout out to y'all. But I thought we were gonna get out of work early because this whole Microsoft shutdown thing. Did you guys see this? I threw this in the morning.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
It actually affected me very, very heavily. As you guys know, I started my dynasty mode in NCAA 25.
Yeah.
And I'm Kentucky, and I was going to take on Georgia last night. But, of course, Microsoft shuts down, and I couldn't play. One of the worst nights of my life. And I think I was affected worse than most. You're a PlayStation guy?
Oh, yeah.
I was a PlayStation guy, then I switched over, and I haven't regretted it until last night.
Yeah, I was an Xbox guy first. I had the 360, and then I switched on for the PS4, and I have not looked back. I love my PlayStation.
PS4?
Yeah.
No, now I have a PS5.
Nice. Yeah, don't insult them like that. Come on, man.
He took PS4.
No, I have no loyalty when it comes to game consoles. I started with a PlayStation 1 and had a PS2, and then 360, then went back to PlayStation for 4, and now I'm at the Xbox Series X or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
I bought NHL and FIFA, and I have not dove in yet, but I'm gonna build the Red Wings a fucking dynasty.
I've played NHL it's fun.
That is my goal. And then soccer, I don't know what the hell I was doing. It was $14 and I was drunk. So
yeah.
I used to spam the FIFA demo mode. Like I couldn't see myself buying FIFA, but playing a demo mode used to be fun as hell. Like
FIFA seems like it would be fun.
No,
the first game I ever got was FIFA 2002. Nicest. Nobody to this day can beat me on that because it has no real physics to it whatsoever. So like,
hey, Chris,
I just mastered that game.
I just don't know how soccer works.
Yeah.
So like, I wouldn't understand what's going on the whole time.
Nah, Chris, I learned how to play soccer through FC 24 this year, and I had a blast. I just got into soccer with my boys. We started playing pro clubs together, and we all started screaming at each other. I played striker. It was a blast. It's where you can only control one character. I recommend. FC is a good game. One of the better games that EA makes in the sports franchises for sure.
That's the one I got. So if it's cross-platform, we can play.
Oh yeah, I'm so down.
All right, bet. We'll throw a little money out. We'll have some fun. We gotta go to break. When we get back, we're gonna get into some baseball. So Caleb, your time to shine, my guy. In the meantime, though, tell us about Mark White.
Dreaming of a new home but feeling that financial pinch? Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 for your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had to spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Attention! Oh, all right. We'll do that. We'll do that read later. We'll do that read later. We'll double up on one. Welcome back to another Woodward Heavyweights. This one without Easy. I got my man Caleb.
What's going on, everybody? We're here, Mama. We made it.
Mama, we made it. We got Mustard Caleb on the beat, ho.
Mustard Caleb.
I'm Chris Platte with my boys in the booth, Joel and Jesus. Appreciate y'all for holding it down. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are doing your thing here. And so it's a Friday, so we're kicking back. We're having a good time. But you know what? It's on the show sheet. As you guys know, I am the judge, jury, and executioner when it comes to baseball.
Yes.
So
we did see that yesterday.
I will cede the floor to you though. AJ Hinch and Ben Verlander hate the idea of trading Skubal. Now, this is what you said yesterday, and this is what I agreed with. So, do these statements make any change, any of the likelihood that he gets traded?
Well, yeah, AJ Hinch did say today that he would like to buy at the deadline. I don't know how else he's supposed to answer that question when getting asked, like, what would you like to do at the deadline? Obviously, he's going to say, I would like my team to improve personnel-wise.
Yeah.
But, yeah, honestly, I mean, Ben Verlander's a great baseball mind, and he's another guy that says, I mean, you have Skubal, he's your cornerstone. Also, before we get into anything else, I want to give a shout-out to Flannel. Mr. Flannel called me out on my bullshit yesterday. I did indeed say that Jackson Holiday was having a bad season. That was like 2 shows ago, and I wanted to address it yesterday, but totally forgot. I was because, you know, we had the court thing, and my mind was locked in about not trading Terry Skubal, so I totally forgot about what I said about Jackson Holiday. Thank you, Flannel, for calling me out on my bullshit, and I'm sorry, Jackson Holiday. But
yeah, he was coming at you. He was like,
yeah, no, I deserved it. I mean, I just said an absolute thing that wasn't true. I don't know why it came out of my mouth. I mean, he's having a phenomenal season. Pause, yeah.
Was it worse than the pizza in the rain?
I forgot I said that too.
Pizza in the rain?
Yeah, what's that?
This guy Caleb, when the pressure strikes, this man will just say something that just has no relevance.
Nope. That's the way my brain works.
Do you guys know the pizza story?
No,
you gotta enlighten us now.
We bring it up almost every show, and I feel like in honor of Spencer and Nick, who are on their Junecation together. This guy Caleb says he's gonna bring in pizza for the boys, and then he gets here and there's no pizza, and everybody's like, "So what's up with the pizza?" He was like, "Honestly, I forgot." And then he goes, "It was raining," as if rain was gonna stop either A, making the pizza, or B, transporting the pizza. Then he triples down on it and goes, "The box would have got wet."
If you think hard enough about what I said, there is some truth to that. That, you know,
the box will get wet.
Yeah, and if it's not a sturdy box, if it's not a heavy duty, good quality box, the pizza can get ruined. That is a fact. I will stand on that one, but that one should have just.
How long was you gonna be in the rain though for it to get ruined?
That was tough.
Hey, hold up. Sorry to interrupt this conversation, but this is the second don't know that you two have got while you guys are up there. Rando Smalls said, "Shout out to Caleb, $10 dono."
Shout out.
And then Amir.
That's my boy. That's my boy Amr. That's my boy Amr.
You take that one. He also
one
gave
part
you
of the Rap Cave pod. He gave us a little thumbs up. Shout out to Money Mur. As you can see, he's Money Mur by donating in the chat. So shout out to you.
Money Mur.
Once again, shout out everybody. Shout out Birdie just popped in. So shout out to Birdie. A lot of the Rap Cave pod. We got a Rap Cave podcast episode.
Birdie's throwing strays at you, Caleb.
Yeah.
First day, you're gonna do this to me. No, that is something that I should have got accused for that. If they were a little bit meaner to me, they would have said that.
Yeah.
But no, I did not do that. I wouldn't do that to the fellas. But if you guys were wondering, I do work at a pizzeria, so that's why they wanted me to bring in pizza.
That make it even worse.
Apparently a good place too. I mean, not that we'll ever know, but
yeah. Where do you work, Caleb? I'm a pretty pizza aficionado. I know my way around a good pizza joint.
You won. It's Tomato and Basil. Shout out. But you wouldn't know this place. It's out in Romeo. I don't think you've ever been to my neck of the woods.
I've been to Romeo before.
Contra boy.
Yeah, but back to AJ Hinch and Ben Verlander. Like I said, Ben Verlander's a great baseball mind, and he basically said there's not many packages that could be put together to trade Tarek Skubal. And I 100% agree. You look at Skubal. And you look at prospects like Jackson Holiday, Kobe Mayo. Number one, they would never offer this. This trade would never be offered to the Detroit Tigers for the number one prospect in baseball and then 2 other top 10 guys that would never be offered. But if it was, these are, like I said, these are prospects. And Skubal's a guy that came up our system and started off as a prospect and hit. Finally, we had one hit. And I don't know why everybody is considering trading him.
I'm with you there. We are close-ish. I don't want to say close to being good enough to compete, to truly go deep into a playoff run. But, you're trying to tell me that if we don't add 2 bats at this next free agents period, or even at this deadline, but I don't know how necessarily realistic that is. Like we're not a playoff team right now. Like if you had 2 guys who are above 720 OPSs, like that's not that difficult. And Flannel brings up Tommy Pham and Jesse Winker. Like both those guys would 100% help this roster. And people give Flannel so much shit for it because it's Flannel, but like he's 100% dead on. Both those bats would help this roster and would get them closer in the wild card chase.
Yeah, and I think the most baller shit that Scott Harris and Chris Ilitch could do in the midst of all these trade talks, you extend Skubal to a 6-year, whatever, how many $1 million deal, and just surprise everybody.
And people say like that the money that they're about to spend on Skubal or this trade they make with Skubal is going. Both ways are going to define Scott Harris's tenure. Like who gives a shit what way he goes? That's going to define his tenure. Like this is the best pitcher in baseball or a shit ton of prospects. You're betting on one or the other. And Broder was telling me this morning, well, if you're keeping Skubal, you better be good enough to win a World Series in 3 years. That's fucking bullshit. Like, all due respect, Broder, I told you this morning, you could just as easy, if you're going to keep him, you're going to extend him, and then you have plans to extend him. But if you don't have plans to extend him, you're probably going to trade him at some point in the next 2 years. And that's what it is, and there's no other way to say it.
Go ahead.
I just want to ask this, and I think this is its own topic, so I know we're cutting up against the break here, so maybe we'll come back into this, but and DNCE and Team My Dog in the chat put this is exactly where I'm going with it. You know, what's the path? So, like, how realistic is it to acquire 2 bats? One, considering obviously we know the history of Chris Ilitch not wanting to spend and the fact that he has spent in certain areas and it hasn't gone well already. So, number one, in terms of just what kind of trade value can you get to get those bats at the deadline? And B, you know, what is the likelihood that he's actually willing to spend, considering? Because I'm with you. I think that Skubal is an ace. I think that Skubal is an absolute beast, and that is the hardest thing to have as a baseball team when you are developing your path to contention, is having that ace hit or that ace pitcher. So once you have that in place, and he's not that old, by the way, you can build around that. You can supplement that with bats. So I think that's the right answer, yep. But how do you get there? Walk me to that path. We'll go to break, and then we'll come back and we'll tap into that. So before we go to break,
do you want to double the reads here?
No, we'll do that later. We'll catch up on that later. So I'll have my boy Joel tell me about the morning show. Tell us about the morning show.
Wake Up Woodward should be your new favorite morning show, or it should have already been your favorite morning show.
Crew, let's go.
Start your day with what you call Wake Up Woodward, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10, live on Woodward Sports Network, the best network. Join Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG. Also, Juices as well. Every morning as they cover all Detroit sports talk and banter on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Right out.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Drive into summer and drive into savings during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest Memorial Day sale ever. We're stocked with new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, all priced to move. Like this 2024 Silverado for only $217 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $199 a month. Find your freedom in a Feldman at the Memorial Day sale going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Feldman
Auto, what you call Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the nearest location. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. Go check them out.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Woodward Lightweights. I am Chris Platte, filling in for Spencer Raxter, who's on his Junecation with Nick. And I got my boy Mustard on the beat, Caleb, and then I got in the boost, I got Joel, I got Juices holding it down. Appreciate you, fellas. It's a Friday. We're kicking back, having some fun. Yeah. I can't wait because Friday's the best day because I do the show, kick back with the boys, and I go hang with the boys and do the Rap Cave pod. It's just nonstop, just content for the rest of the day. I love it. This is the best time.
Friday feeling,
but yeah, we are.
Saying I'm throwing strays at him in chat. And so, but I'm not. The fact that you think that we have to compete for World Series in 3 years with Scooble doesn't make sense because we're either going to trade him in, like, there's two options. You either trade him now or later to get whatever haul you can, or you keep him and try to build around him. There's no path that says you have to compete. You're hoping to, and you can if you do the right thing in free agency. You can pretty much buy playoff wins in baseball. Am I wrong on that point?
No, that's what frustrates me about baseball is that baseball is the one sport without a salary cap, so you can spend. Now I get not every owner wants to spend recklessly, and I know that. Historically, some of the highest payrolls haven't produced championships in baseball. But at the same time, if you can literally just buy good bats and you have no repercussions for doing that, I just don't see the frustration. You got the pitching staff. I mean, like, golly, like when they started the season, the way they were pitching, I mean, they were losing games like 1-0. Like the pitching was doing its job. They just couldn't get the bats right. Now the bats are finally heating up, as you see. So I don't see why you don't just keep Scooble, build around that, facilitate around that. Caleb, where you at with that?
Yeah. Well, Justin, I do disagree. If you keep Scooble, that is Chris Ilitch and Scott Harris saying, all right, here we go. This is the cornerstone. This is the piece that we think, one of the pieces we think that could bring us to the World Series. So if you end up keeping them and don't trade them for a haul like Jackson Holiday and all them, like people like we've talked about on this network, even though I don't know how realistic that trade is, but if you don't trade them for a haul like that and you're not contending in 2 years, I mean, you messed up. Well, but the reason I want to keep them is I have full faith of them keeping Scooble, extending him, and then putting pieces around him to help him succeed. So Broder is right in that fact that if you keep Scooble, you better hope you're one of the better teams in the MLB in the next 3 years.
Here's my thing with it is I think, are we not just approaching the definition of insanity where you're doing something over and over again? So like the thing with Scooble is I get the rock and the hard place that Lions are in because you have an ownership that has historically not spent, and Broder makes that point, and that's a good point, and that's something that I will never even come close to disagreeing with. That's 100% fact. But at the same time, if you trade Scooble and you get these young guys, you're just restarting the clock. Eventually, you're going to hopefully find another ace, and guess what you're going to have to do with that ace? You're going to have to pay him or that big bat or whatever. So like. You're just essentially resetting the clock and punting it. Like people do this all the time in sports where they want to trade, the superstar. And it's like, okay, yeah, you get all these draft picks and all these prospects and everything. And no doubt Scooble would get good prospects. I'm not saying that. But what are the chances that those equate to better than what you have right now? And if they do, you just saw the only reason you're trading them is because you don't want to pay them. So to me, I just feel like it's just a cycle, and you got to choose to break it one way or the other. I'm with Broder if you're gonna commit to once Javi's off the books in a couple years, you got some young prospects, then you start to spend the money. Okay, I'm with that. I get the logic in trading Scooble if you get that monster haul, that great haul that he is worth. Then okay, I'm with that. But if you don't, then you have to extend Scooble. and spend. So either way, you have to break the cycle at one point or another. And now it's just, are you gonna delay the inevitable, or are you gonna actually make change?
I was just saying.
Yeah, I 100% agree. That's kind of that's what I've been preaching these past couple days. Is like, why do we want to be other teams' farm systems?
Yeah.
Like Skubal hit. I'm tired of hearing myself say that because I've said it a million times, but he hit. Like, we had a prospect hit, and why are we just gonna like you said, restart the cycle and trade him away after we found out that he is one of the better pitchers in baseball? It just doesn't make sense to me. And we talk about, the window, the timeline. He should be a part of your timeline. He's going to be the reason that your window, that you will have a World Series window here, hopefully, in the next 2-3 years. But that's all dependent also on Scott Harrison, Chris Ilitch being on the same page, and AJ Hinch if he sticks around. But that's dependent on them being on the same page of saying, look, we got Skubal. Now it's time to spend money on bats.
Yeah, and if you go for it with Skubal and keeping him, which is why I think you should keep him, is because you are, and Broder's like, destiny isn't a business plan, but the stars align on the fact that if you keep him, you're going to pay him. You're losing the value and the chance to bring in those high tier prospects if you don't do it now or in this next offseason. And that's where, because unfortunately, the Tigers are not competing for a World Series this year. They are not good enough through and through. Even if they'd have to make a plethora of moves at this deadline to be in that conversation. So you're thinking next year, and this offseason is probably the last year where it's even amicable to trade Skubal, where you actually get a even remotely close return, the so-called God return that you should get for a player like Tarik Skubal, who is the Cy Young winner. So it's more of the fact of whether or not are we going to commit to winning now, or are we going to commit to punting it down the road like Chris said?
Yeah, that's my issue. So like DNC ENT says in the chat, sports are a cycle. Yes, they are, but I'm saying like you have to break it, because if you're going to get these prospects to reload, eventually if you have a good team, that means you have good players on it. If you have good players on it, you have to spend money. So you're getting to the same point again.
Yeah.
Like, this is just the same. What are the chances you're going to win on all rookie contracts?
Yeah.
Like, you're not. You're going to have to pay people. That's part of every sport. Just like, what? The cycle that the Tigers are in is just destined for mediocrity, because if you're not going to pay anybody to be great, then you're never going to get great. You're going to get these young talents. They're going to get to that crossroad where you have to pay, and then you're not going to pay. And then you got to trade them to not lose them for nothing. And you just repeat. Like, I'm no baseball aficionado, so I'm sure there's teams that have won with a lot of young talent, but the chances of that are very, very slim. So that's what I mean by break the cycle. It doesn't necessarily mean that sports are, of course, they're a cycle.
I was going to say, also, I look at it in that sense of breaking a cycle, and the fact that if we look at the Tigers in the totality of like the pitchers that we have dealt off and how we've got, I guess, bit by it in the end of like it not getting the return that we thought we would get, it's like, I guess history is already showing us what possibly is going to happen to us. I would say, based off us just being like, it's a dip into like the SOL, but to just put it on Detroit, It's like, all right, we did multiple trades with our ace pitcher that we thought was just going to be the next superstar, or was the next superstar, and we decided to trade him for prospects that we thought was going to bolster us for the next coming years, and they end up not panning out. So it's like, granted, yes, Jackson Holliday is looking like that prospect that's ready right now, but to your point, like, it probably wouldn't be Jackson Holliday and a lot of other prospects. It would probably just be Jackson Holliday and probably like one or two other prospects. So it's like, you don't really want to keep putting yourself in that cycle. And plus, I look at it more so in the sense of Tarik Skubal. If you look at it, in Detroit, he's a top 3 athlete. Like, it's Amon-Ra, Penei Sewell. Then you could easily put Tarik Skubal right there. So
you could put Skubal above Amon-Ra.
You can do that if you want. So it's like, either way it goes, it's still a top 3 athlete. So it's like, to trade away an athlete like that for the city, for the team, of the Tigers, it's just like, it would make more sense to keep him also for the fact that, like, it's just like, what you have in Tarik Skubal already. So it's like, if you want to keep playing the guessing game and the prospects, go ahead. But if you want to go with what you already know, then I would say keep Skubal.
And Caleb, this is more a question for you, because I believe the Orioles came out and said they're not dealing Holliday.
Yeah, that's why I said a couple times that I don't think.
Yeah, so why is it even being entertained? Like we need that type of prospect in return for Skubal for me to even consider it. And so if we're just going after their honestly second tier prospects, even though Mayo is highly regarded, it's still not even a guaranteed hit. You're not even getting the guy who's the generational prospect that people want in return. And you even saw with and obviously it's not necessary. It's a mock trade, but the mock trade we put up with the Red Sox, like that was a haul. That wasn't even a great haul, and people were still saying no. Like there's no plausible way to really get enough for Skubal.
Yeah, Broder is correct in he did say why would they say they're going to trade him? Like they're not going to come out and say, hey, Jackson Holliday's available, even for Tariq Skubal. They're not going to come out and say that, but I. Even with that, he's not on the trade block.
But why say anything at all then? Like why?
Because I just think, I don't know, I feel like some of the trades that have came out that we've said are a little bit blasphemous. Besides the Red Sox one. Besides the Red Sox one last night, I definitely think that one, the one that with Marcelo Mayer, Roman Anthony, and Kyle Teal, Red Sox fans are saying that was giving up too much. That's not giving up too much. Do you understand what you're getting in Tariq Skubal?
It's not enough.
Yeah. It's not enough. You're correct. But yeah, we could talk about that Orioles trade all day with Jackson Holliday and everything. But
listen,
we'll see.
The Tigers are going to need some insurance. We know that they're going to need some insurance if they're planning on moving on from Skubal. So tell us about Swiss, Caleb.
No more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. Call Market Swiss Insurance today at 313-530-1698 and SwissINS.com.
Rolling up with your Premier Pet Supply, man, just looking around. Who's got it better than Pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda. A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than Pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out PremierPetSupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than Pets? Nobody!
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
We good? Register today and you could round off our foursome at woodwardsports.com or scan the code on the screen. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. Randy Wise Automotive.
My bad. No, it was
Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm Chris Platte with my guy Mustard on the beat, Caleb, and I got with me in the booth Jesus and Joel, and joining us through traffic is my man. Easy. You know him. You know him. He's one of the dudes that goes way back at Woodward, and I'm happy to give him his shine here today on the platform. That's what this show is about.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, man. Honestly, this means a lot.
You've been hustling. I've been seeing you put the work in,
dude. For real.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
No. The cameras don't even need to be on for that. You know I'd give you your flowers.
Dude, I appreciate it, man.
You're doing your thing.
Honestly, I'm kind of nervous right now. First time.
You're fine, man. Just follow my lead. I got you.
Thanks, man. Jeez. God.
So, question comes up. I love this question, too. Which of these players are more important for their team's success next season? So this is Red Wings, Pistons, and Lions.
Okay.
Patrick Kane, Jaden Ivey, or Jameson Williams. Which of these three is most important for their team's success next season? Caleb, I'll go to you first.
Well, an interesting one here is Jaden Ivey. I don't know if he's necessarily important for the team's success, but it's important for us to see that he can develop as a player. So I don't know how much games he will win for the Pistons, but we do need to see development and progression out of Jaden Ivey. But right here, look, I'm not that much of a hockey guy. I know Patrick Kane, it has to be important for the Red Wings this series. There's a young team. He's the veteran on the squad. Came back on a one-year deal. He thinks we're going to compete. But I think I'm going to go J-Mo here. J-Mo just adds another element to this offense that we really haven't had, under the Ben Johnson era. Khalif Raymond showed flashes of it that he was able to stretch the field, but J-Mo is like Khalif Raymond on steroids when it comes to, stretching the field. Goff being able to hit him on the 30, 40-yard passes is going to be very important. But, I think I'm going to go J-Mo with this one. And his connection with Jared Goff, if it takes off, that's very, very, very dangerous for the NFL.
Yeah. I like that answer. To me, the answer is simply Patrick Kane, and that's because it's in his contract. Like, it is in his contract for the team to have success. That shows how important he is to the team. Patrick Kane, we know Lucas Raymond emerged as a star at the end of the season. He was fantastic down the stretch. We know Kane had some moments. He was great during the start of the year and throughout the middle of the year, but kind of tailed off a little bit at the end. Still had moments though, including the last goal of the season, I believe. So he is vital though. He is the guy that makes things hum, especially without Larkin. He is that engine. He is that playmaker that the Red Wings need, because Lucas Raymond is an excellent goal scorer, but he also needs guys like Patrick Kane to make those passes and make those plays. So I think he is absolutely essential to the Red Wings, who, let's face it, they haven't made a big move. So they are rolling in with a lot of the same guys coming into next season. With that being said, that means that there's more pressure on Patrick Kane, I think, to be an important part of success, because if the Red Wings were going to make the playoffs last year, it was going to be because Patrick Kane was who he was last year. So one of the only reasons this team had a shot at the playoffs last year was Patrick Kane. So if you have the same roster, by definition, same expectations. Easy, where are you at?
He just said the same roster as last year, and that's just not true. And I'm sorry, I gotta educate Chris a little bit, because this is not the same roster. This team is upgrading from David Perron to Vladimir Tarasenko, someone who can be a point-per-game player where Perron lacks. He's a more skilled player. He plays better with Patrick Kane. Your lines are deeper. He's just as physical as Perron. Your defense, your goaltending got better. That is the biggest thing. Your goaltending got better.
Your goaltending did get better.
And that's where you can't say that it's the same team, because goaltending can win you games easily. And this team is just from the goaltending is 3 to 4 games better than they were last year. The one thing is you're going to be looking at a couple unproven guys in your decor, as you're going to have Edmondson in there who played in the NHL and proved that he could play, but you're also going to see Johansson and some other guys from Grand Rapids come up here. But you are right with the Kane. You are going to need Kane. You need a point per game from him. You need him to play at least 70 games. You need to get as much out of him as you can. He is that secondary scorer behind Raymond and Larkin. I think that he is integral, but I don't think he is as integral as J-Mo will be. J-Mo will define whether this could be the defining factor on whether this team can win a Super Bowl or not. The difference between this offense being a top 3 offense and a top 1 offense.
Yeah, I listen, and I'm glad you corrected me on that, because I knew of some of the upgrades, but I was mainly focused on like the offensive side of it and and obviously what Kane will do there. But you're absolutely right about the goaltending and all the upgrades that they made, but they were also flirting with getting like a superstar. Like, that was word around town, was that, hey, this is a year Yzerman's going crazy. And the fact that while they did upgrade the roster, and these will be meaningful upgrades, they didn't necessarily translate to a blockbuster type of.
But there
move.
wasn't a blockbuster move that truly makes sense in the window. Like, I mean, we talk.
Yeah,
about
I'm not knocking them for it. I'm just.
I know,
yeah.
but I'm just telling you, like the optics of it. Like there wasn't one that he even could have made. Like he wasn't gonna sign Stamkos for the overpay, where that contract's only good for 2 years, and then Stamkos is gonna take a dive, and it's gonna be one of the worst contracts in pro sports. He really just maximized how he could because he knows what is down in Grand Rapids. We have the number 2 farm system in the NHL for a reason. That's even before this draft that we honestly made some great draft picks. MBN looks like a way better prospect than initially thought. He improved everyone at the dev camp. So I just think that I don't know. I think that he did the right move by not making the splash move and just improving the roster.
I think the blockbuster is still cooking up. Like, there's still cap space in this team right now.
Yeah,
I don't know how many roster spots are open. The speculation of when it will happen, I think it's kind of similar to what I've been saying with the Matt Judon situation. If he becomes a Detroit Lion, I expect it to happen a little bit closer to the deadline versus the beginning of the season. Just so you could ride out the season, make sure he's healthy when he gets to that point. Because what happens, you give up assets for him and he gets hurt the very next game. You know what I'm saying? And I think Stevie kind of operates in that same way, where he's very frugal. He's very mindful of when he's going to add these guys and how much he's like paying these guys. So I think that blockbuster still may come. It's just going to come during the season.
Okay.
You hit it on the head because you're right. They do have excess cap space even after they sign Raymond and Sider to their RFA deals. So I think he's going to leave some little wiggle room where he has an extra $2 million on the books that he can use in the trade at deadline to acquire someone who really is a splash, where you can get someone who's a little worth of less money. But $2 million in the NHL, like this is in the NBA, that is a ton of money to have in the gun to be able to use to make an acquisition.
However, as it pertains to this question, there was a different Lions player on this list earlier, and that was going to be my answer. My answer with this one, though, between Patrick Kane, Jaden Ivey, and JMO, is still Patrick Kane. Honestly, 50 games played last year for Patrick Kane, 47 points. I think he's 1 point away from being fifth in his team in points with like 20 less games than JT Comper. You have the experience between DeBrincat, and now Terrence Shankshaw. Didn't they win a cup together?
No, they didn't win a cup together, but they went deep in the playoffs when they played on the Rangers together.
I think that's like the PC grad were guys that were already kind of like at least around Patrick Kane. I know he's older. I know he's not the version of himself he used to be. I know he doesn't play much defense and not, but like you have a guy that's done or won at the highest level in this game. He's arguably the best American hockey player to ever touch skates.
He is until Austin Matthews truly surpasses him.
So to have people surrounding him or that have been with him in his prime to help him with that veteran leadership on a team that's already kind of on the cusp of making a playoff, I think Patrick Kane is the most important one. Him staying healthy. You look at the shootouts last year, all the game-winning goals he had last year. Like Patrick Kane's big time for this Red Wings team that's on the fringe of making the playoffs. I love JMO. I think we all have high expectations for Jamison Williams. I think we know what he could be, at least what we thought he could be. But this Detroit Lions team has been everything they were with little JMO input. Yeah. So I think this Detroit Lions team can continue to rank top 3. I think the offense continue to be top 5. Whatever number you want to put on it, Detroit Lions offense can attain that, especially with Ben Johnson and this offensive line. There's plenty of weapons to go around. They're still going to be fine, whether JMO performs or not. The Red Wings...
with the loss of Reynolds, though?
Even with the loss of Reynolds, yes.
You still think?
Yes, because we're expecting jumps from guys like Sam Laporta. We're expecting jumps from guys like Jameer Gibbs. Like, if they're truly taking Jameer Gibbs, the guy that... And listen, this is not even like a Detroit... Rich Eisen, nationally syndicated, had Jameer Gibbs as the second best running back heading into 2024. It's not just us here in the station glazing because we're Detroit Lions fans. Like, no, the expectation for Jameer Gibbs is high. And I've been saying this since last year. I think top 5 guy.
But I think much like how Steph Curry changes the gravity of NBA defense, JMO, I think, does that for the defense.
He can for sure
of football. Like, just specifically this Lions roster. You talk about the offense, it eats through the middle. It eats through Amon-Ra. It eats through Sam Laporta, and that's of course that's gonna be their main game. But adding that speedster that JMO is, that's why I could see the argument for JMO, just because of how he changes how defenses will have to play. But ultimately, I do think it's Kane. Joel, where are you at with it? Who would you choose as the most important?
I was gonna say, so you saying most important to team success?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have to say most important to team success. I would actually have to go a little bit different than everybody, and I'm gonna have to say it's gonna have to probably be Jaden Ivey, for the simple fact that one, basketball is hockey is two, where there's only 5 people out there, but basketball is less interchanging. So it's gonna be the team. I said it. We have made improvements, but the improvements we've really made, like if we be honest with ourselves as fans, we probably are still gonna be in that same like range of talent. Like we probably do get closer to like 25, 30 wins now, but we probably will still be lower tier, bottom tier of the league. But if Ivy can be a player that can like get to the potential where we think he's at, especially if he's like coming off the bench, like how a lot of people think he will be, if he's able to play off a high level off the bench, he could actually be the reason that we probably may be looking at possibly fighting for like a play-in spot if he's able to come off the bench and play up to the level that a lot of people, especially like Stick, thinks that he is a player of his caliber.
For me, I think the answer, because obviously, look, the Pistons have the lowest expectations of all of these teams. So I don't really, truthfully, I love all 3 of these teams, but my care factor, I have much less stock in the Pistons next season than I do the Red Wings and the Lions, because obviously they have chances to do something. But I think it would have been very tough if you would have made it Jalen Duren, because I've said this before, Spencer said this before, just how difficult the fact is that Jalen Duren's rim protection will decide this team. Outside of Cade Cunningham's leap, there will be no more important factor than Jalen Duren's rim protection. So if it was Jalen Duren, I think you would have had a very strong case. Ivy, I do agree it will be important for him to, assuming he's going to be like more of a 6-man, lead that second unit, or at least lead the non-Cade minutes, whether he starts or comes off the bench. I think that's a very important thing to look at. But ultimately, it would have been much more of a conversation to me if it was Jalen Duren.
Yeah, Joel, what would Jaden Ivey have to do for us to get in the plan? Like, obviously, play at a high level off the bench, but give me some numbers, like a points per game.
I was gonna say I won't put a number on him. I was gonna more so put a play style, or not even a play style, but just a production factor. So like, if Ivy can come off the bench and be able to just be another variation. I'm trying to think of like a good player comp for him. I can't think of a player comp right now, but if he's able to just come off the bench and be a good reserve to K, so he's able to still facilitate, but he still be able to stretch the floor. So maybe up his 3-point percentage, maybe up his off the dribble, being able to shoot, not just being so reliant on driving to the rim, and being able to, and also using that ability to drive to the rim to be able to drive and kick and facilitate more people off the bench. So it's basically like if he can have the second unit humming the same way, I guess at a production level where you're not dropping off from K and then you feel and see the drop off between him and K. As long as he can like keep it right there, I feel that we could definitely be like right there as a team that compete for a play-in spot.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Hold on, let me get these headphones on right. I gotta make sure I can hear you in the booth. But when we come back, we're gonna talk some more Pistons. We got some Lions in here too, but we're gonna stick it with the Pistons. And I am going to tell you about Les Stanford. So what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of. And guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza is taking over Michigan, known for their quality, hand-battered, hand-breaded chicken tender sandwiches and New York-style pizza. Locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit, doubling the number of restaurants this year. Soroki's just had their grand opening in Madison Heights. Be sure to stop in and try at a mega station near you or go to www.sorokis.com. What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm Chris Platte with Caleb Mustard on the beat.
What's going on?
I got Easy in the Maz chair. We got my dogs in the booth. Jesus, Joel. We're having a good time, everybody. It's a Friday. We're kicking back. There's a lot of places we could take it, but I want to stick on this. So I actually have a graphic. I'll cue it up on this, but this, it feels wrong to do it because I'm filling in for Spencer right now. Nick's being filled in for by Joel in the booth. It don't feel right without Nick here. This topic.
Yeah, I mean, Nick would have a field day with this one.
I'm gonna do it in honor of him. Yeah. So Asar. Yeah, Asar is a bum. Look, there's these conversations being had that Asar is a bum because he shot 18% from three. I know this number. This number has been ingrained in me. And while it's a while it may be too high for Drake, it's a low number for me in the NBA. Like 18% is just terrible. 18% is dog shit. But
see, I don't
say Asar is a bum. When you have numbers like this, go ahead and put up that graphic. Now, shout out to open analyst. I have no clue what their top stat is, and I should have sent another one too. My bad. But this one, best stoppers in the NBA. So this is just adding a ton of defensive metrics. If you look at that, two rookies, one of which Asar Thompson, already being one of the best defenders in the NBA. And so while he is not an offensive juggernaut, and I get that points are important, but you know what else is important? Playing defense and being one of the best defenders in the league already. You saw what he did to Luka. You saw what he did to SGA. If you don't like what you see on film and you have to look at numbers, this guy Asar is in the 91st percentile in steals. He's in the 85th percentile in blocks as a small forward. Now keep in mind, he wasn't playing the four a lot either last year. It was a lot of times it was Stu and Duren. Those are two people that should both be blocking more shots than Asar Thompson. That shows that Asar is not just meeting people at the rim, which he did, but also he's blocking jump shots. He's blocking turnaround jumpers from Levine, from SGA, Luka. Like, he was playing defense at such an elite level that I don't think people understand. And he was top 75% in rebounding. Yep. Again, as a small forward, this guy literally did everything defensively that you could ask for. And while he is far from complete offensively, he is elite defensively day one. This guy has all NBA first defense loading. It is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. This guy has a very good shot at winning a Defensive Player of the Year, winning multiple Defensive Player of the Years. This guy is already one of the best wing defenders in the NBA. And I will cede the floor to you guys. Name me three better wing defenders in the NBA. Name me three.
I want to hear from Wavy J first because he's the one that recommended this topic.
Yeah, because I don't call Asar a bum because he shot 18% from three. Bro, Asar is a bum, and Justin just said it. I hate almost all OTE kids because, bro, especially in a sense of them, bro, they were 21 years old playing against 18-year-old. Somebody just said in the chat, this is his third year of just pure basketball. He wasn't in college or nothing. Like, you are literally doing nothing but training, and you have yet to, like, all right, so first of all, he shouldn't even got drafted that high to the Pistons. Him or his brother shouldn't have got drafted that high to the Pistons. They were playing, like I said, 18-year-olds. And they playing in an AAU league, essentially. Like, call LCE for what it is. It's an AAU league. So we drafted a fucking 21-year-old AAU player playing 18-year-olds who came in and shot 18%. And all he had to do for the 2 years or 3 years of him being eligible to join the NBA was just playing basketball, so he wasn't able to develop a shot that was good enough. That's like red flag number one. It's like two, okay, people always bring up the defense. Great. The defense is definitely an important thing in basketball. I'm not knocking that. But his ceiling, I keep saying this, his ceiling, if he's lucky, is Herb Jones. You're not drafting Herb Jones 5th. So that's more so why it's like, that's probably why people are calling him a bum, more so where he's got picked at. Like, his production is just going to be a great role player.
I think you would take Herb Jones 5th. I think you would take Herb Jones 5th, being an elite 3-and-D wing player. Now look, not every draft has 5 superstars. Most drafts don't. Most drafts have 1 to 2 superstars, maybe a borderline all-star at third. But a lot of drafts don't have that many superstars. What you have are elite role players, and elite role players are super, super valuable. So Herb Jones, and also he's much better defender already than Herb Jones. So everything you said, yes, he is
much better.
You much better by every single metric. Show me a metric that Herb Jones did better than, and you can keep it simple. You can go steals, you can go blocks, you can go whatever you want.
Yeah, defensively, but
yeah. And that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm just saying. If you really piece the argument most people give with Sarr, they act like you can only play one side of the ball. Like, if Sarr was a fucking cornerback in football, yeah, this would be great. Like, but he's gonna also, what's gonna hurt him is the fact that he's gonna be like damn near like an Andre Roberson. Like, yeah, you're gonna be able to play great defense, but it's like at the end of the day, the way the NBA is, if you can't put the ball in the bucket as well, look at the Celtics.
Yeah.
Great defensive playing team, but everybody could shoot at the same time. So it's like, yes, the defense, like, yeah, he's gonna be able to lock down, but it's like, it's gonna get to a point where we're gonna be like, all right, you able to lock down, but what are you able to give us point wise? Like, it's damn near just gonna be like a mute almost. Like, if he's able to lock down the team's best player, but he's not able to do no points, it's like, is he really able? Like,
he's Tony Allen.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say.
There's nothing wrong with that though. Like, I don't think it's
like,
I
just wouldn't want that as my 5th pick though. That's why I'm more so, I would have preferred a player like Cam Whitmore at my 5th pick, but
he only played one season in the NBA as one side of the ball figured out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna develop offensively. I think he doesn't get enough credit for. I mean, he played guard. I know you don't like the OTE, but he played guard, through high school, and with his brother, they were the point guard, shooting guard. They both played guard in OTE in high school. He could handle the ball a little bit, and I think he's an underrated playmaker too.
No, but that's the thing too. Go ahead.
I was gonna say look at it, like everybody that got drafted was playing against kids.
No, the players coming from college, they playing. You gotta think, players in college are playing
college
like
kids.
4th year, 5th year players. Those are other 21. Like Cam Whitmore, for prime example. We just gonna keep using him there. Cam Whitmore was 19 playing against all 20, 21-year-old and up, like kids his age. So even if he is playing kids, he's playing kids his age.
But that doesn't matter to me when we watched Asar in his first season defend the best offensive players in the league. And before you get to the other side of the ball, I get you, I hear your point on that. Yes, he has to develop, but Aaron Gordon on the Denver Nuggets as a championship team shot sub 30 from 3-point. Like, if you have the right pieces around Asar can absolutely be not only an additive but a key part of an NBA championship. And beyond that, look at 2 of the most recent MVPs. Actually, all 3 of them.
It's more
all 3 of them. All 3 MVPs started basketball late. Giannis, Embiid, Jokic. All of them started late. So
well, he didn't start late.
Whatever.
It's more so like, I guess I more so look at it like, all right, the point that where Asar would be able to benefit us, we're nowhere near yet.
He had one season in the NBA that was cut short by an injury. Like, I'm not ready to write a rookie off of their very first season. Like, I'm not writing off a player that already flashed elite top end talent on one side of the ball, and it is a two-way sport. You're right. But if he can just hit open threes, and he doesn't even have to hit them at a high rate, if he can hit enough open threes, he's already shown a great feel for the game as a cutter, As a rim threat, he's shooting 48% at the rim. As a rookie, he's already shooting 40% from mid-range. So that shows, I know people bring up free throws, and free throw and three-point percentage is a good indicator, but also mid-range is a very good indicator. Look at a guy like Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd could not shoot a three. They called him Asen Kidd for the first several years of his career because he had no three-point shot. It wasn't until later in his career that he developed a three-point shot and became, and he wasn't a better player then, but he still found a way to be useful. Like Asar,
He was better.
Asar, no, he wasn't better at that point because I'm talking.
He wasn't better once he got a 3-point shot?
No, because by the time by the time he got a 3-point shot, he was in Dallas. He was a role player.
Stop it.
He was a role player in Dallas. In New Jersey, he was an MVP candidate.
In 1997, Jason Kidd shot 40% from three.
You said which year? 1997?
1997.
On how many attempts?
98, he shot 31%. That's on 3 attempps.
Yeah. He
got better.
Yes, he got better and he was shaky. But the point being that you have one side of the ball already figured out. You can get good enough on the other side of the ball. And if he doesn't in 3-4 years, then okay, let's have a conversation about Asar. But right now, I'm not trading a defensive player of the year candidate for what? Like we're just gonna get like Herb Jones is a good player, but can Asar not? If Asar can get to 30% from three with this new shooting guru coach, then he is a better player than Herb Jones. Herb Jones shoots way better than 30% from three.
I think he shoots like 45.
Yeah. I don't think it's as high as 45. I know it's 40. I know it's 40.
High.
But
he got a
yes,
burner.
no, he's a great player. I like him. That's a guy I'd like on this team. But Asar is already world's better defensively. If you can be good enough from three and add the fact of the feel for the game, the playmaking that Asar has flashed, like Caleb pointed out, with him being a guard, like having those traits, I don't see a world in which Asar is the problem. There's a lot of problems on this Pistons organization, but I don't think Asar is a big one.
It's not saying he's the problem. It's just more so like, I guess I never from day one ever had any real faith in Asar Thompson, to be honest. Like,
so you had an agenda on him, and I don't know how you can watch him play and call him a bum.
Like I said, he can never improve. It's just more so saying, is he a 5th overall pick? Nowhere close to it. If y'all can't agree with me on that, then I'm not even gonna keep going.
Me and you have talked before. I do like Cam Whitmore. I do like Cam Whitmore a lot, and I think he would be great on this team.
Yeah.
But you can't call Asar Thompson a bum or a bust yet. Number one, because he played one season in the NBA. That's pushing it a little bit. Also, if he doesn't grow as an offensive player and plays defense the way he does, he's still going to contribute to a team. The way he rebounds as a guard or a forward, the way he could block shots, his perimeter defense, he's going to contribute to winning basketball teams, hopefully Detroit,
yes.
Even if he doesn't develop, which he will on the offensive end. If he ends up shooting around the 30-32 three-point clip, that he's a very, very, very good NBA player.
I just put it. Herb Jones was 42 at 3-point.
Yeah, I knew it was above 40, but I didn't think it was quite 45. But either way, like if you're looking at, like, my thing is with having, you saying that a 5th overall pick. Again, we take this to the Lions with J-Mo. Has J-Mo lived up to the hype of his draft position? No. But if he contributes to a winning team, you don't give a fuck where he's drafted. It doesn't matter in hindsight.
That's the point I'm getting at with Asar. We so far away before we would be able to really feel the benefit of what a player of his, I guess, caliber and role would be. That right now we're not at a point where a pure defensive stopper would really be contributing to win share.
I get you. So I typed in a random year. Honest to God, I typed in a random year, and I said 2017 NBA redraft. I wanted to go several years back. That way you can have a good scope of their career to figure out an NBA redraft. Guess who was the 5th overall pick in that draft? John Collins. If you want to argue 6 OG Anunoby, sure, cool. But again, that's like if Asar.
What does that prove, though?
That proves that elite role players. Neither of those are stars. Neither of those are all-stars. They're elite role players. Well, John Collins isn't, but OG Anunoby is. So, like, my point is that
OG Anunoby scored averaged like what, almost 20 points a game.
What I'm
talking about right now?
What I'm saying is,
I just really thought about the name you just said.
Yeah, but
OG Anunoby clears Asar.
Yes, I'm not saying that he's not better than Asar. He's way better than Asar. But if Asar ends up being an elite level role player, that is what OG Anunoby is. He is an elite level role player. He is never going to touch an All-Star. He is never going to touch an All-NBA. That is by definition
he's an elite level role player who can guard on the wing and also get you almost 20 points per game. That's nowhere near what Asar is going to be able to.
Asar would be lucky to hit that. OG Anunoby should be what he strives
and I
for.
disproved you. I disproved you as well, Chris. You said Herb Jones. Asar has way better stats everywhere than Herb Jones. He doesn't. Steal defense. Looking at defense, Asar has 1.1. Herb Jones had 1.4. So he's not worlds better
steals?
Than him. Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't put Asar. I mean, Asar is one of the better perimeter defenders in the game, but I wouldn't put him. I think Herb Jones, Mikal Bridges, somebody said in the chat, Mikal Bridges, guys like that, they're tier 1. I'd put Asar in, tier 2, close to the tier 1. But like I said, you play defense like that, you're going to have a role on a winning basketball team.
You're definitely going to get minutes if you're able to play and defense and lock down the team's best player. I'm not taking that away from him. I'm saying he's going to for sure probably be in the NBA for that fact, but
what I'm saying is, though, again, by definition, OG Anunoby would be an elite role player. So your specific words were, if the 5th overall pick is an elite role player, then that's weak. But what I'm telling you is, typically in a good draft, I'm not saying Asar will be OG Anunoby. I'm saying, but if he does become that, that is what the 5th pick is a value of in the NBA. It was nothing to do with comparing those two of who they are. So
I get what you're saying.
That was my only point. But we're over it. We gotta go to break. Come back. We'll wrap up with some Piston talk, and then we'll move on. But first, let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's, awesome is when a guy can get a haircut, an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, and relax, and let Lady Jane's talented stylist take care of you, make you look and feel great. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Hamp for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers, with one major difference: family and locally owned, operates for over 30 years, over 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you same day, local curbside delivery and home delivery. Premier Pet, give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com. Shout out Kobe, love you. My fucking dog.
Dude, this yellow shirt is ridiculous. I mean, it's
mustard on the beat, huh?
It's more so the camera.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not getting any.
No, you look great.
There's no white balance on it.
You look great. It's the camera. Wrapping up Pistons talk.
Looking good up there, Caleb.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I love that conversation. But this is something we kind of talked about, so I don't want to go too more in depth in it. But the Pistons over under
24.5 comes out today, courtesy of ESPN Bets, which they're still trying to push as a real thing. I've never met anybody that's used ESPN Bets yet, but
I have. I didn't hit a bet on ESPN Bet when they first came out.
Yeah, because they gave like 5 $50 free bets.
Yeah, and then they immediately took that away. So I was like, okay, well, there's no point in me being here. I'll wait till the free bets come back.
What they did is they allowed you to do combos, like points, rebounds, assist combos, bro. Being able to parlay that is like a cheat code almost. Like that's when I hit most of my parlays is like just doing combos, because it's like I don't know what it is with combos. They're just so easy to hit.
Well, listen, so they did.
I think like any player could almost like score the points they put in the combos. Yeah. I like combos too. I eat off those as well.
Yeah. So the other thing they had is over under 24.5 for the Pistons. Like I said, that places them fourth in the fourth worst in the NBA, I should say. Far from fourth in the NBA. Only above Brooklyn, Washington, and Portland. And they are below some of these next couple of teams. Toronto, Utah, Chicago, Charlotte, and Atlanta at 36.5. So those are the teams. So I'll phrase you guys a question. Easy, I'll start. No, Caleb, I'll start with you. I'll start with Mustard on the B-Ho. Fourth worst record in the league. After last year being the worst record in the league. Is that enough improvement for you?
No. I mean, not necessarily. I've said it before. I think we have enough talent to get in that 34 to 30, 34 to 35 wins. We're going to see a jump from Cade Cunningham. Hopefully we see a jump from Jaden Ivey. We added veterans that I actually think will play a better role than Bogdanovich and Burks played last year. No, that's not enough for me. Like I said, you guys could call me a slappy all you want. I think improvement would be 30, 34, 35 wins and a shot at the play-in.
Yeah. Just for reference, they had Chicago at 30.5, and I think Charlotte at 31.5, and Atlanta was, again, 36.5.
I honestly can't believe
would put them.
I can't believe they put Chicago.
I would say they got Chicago.
That's a team destined to blow up. Easy.
I was just going to say, I can't believe they put a line out yet. Is there? I don't know if you have it in front of you. Because I saw they didn't put out a Golden State line because just in case, they made a move. I'm surprised they have a Chicago line out.
No, they had all teams. They had all teams, actually.
So I don't know if Zach LaVine's a bull before the season starts.
Shit, the way it's sounding, it sounds like nobody won.
They probably hedged that into the bets. But right now, I got it. So hold on. Oh, no, that's the championship odds. Easy. Where are you at this? Fourth worst in the NBA. A disappointment to you if you're the Pistons?
No, bro. What do we expect? I'm not even like. I'm sorry if it's like negative attitude, but like, what do we really expect? Like I don't think it's fair to have higher expectations than that. Like Caleb, I love you. 34, 36.
Yeah, that's
little too high for crazy kind of talk. If I'm being honest with you guys, let them prove it. They're definitely going to be a better team. And it's not hard to be better than 14 games, but like you got to factor in other teams that gotten better as well.
Literally.
Maybe there is something to be said for the fact that this year's capture the flag. There'll be a lot of teams taking to get that kid, but 34, 36, like it's just I don't know, man. It's kind of. I don't want to call you slappy, but
no, it is slappy. But it's kind of the same thing with the Tigers that I expect them to buy. I just have confidence in the way this front office looks right now. They made the moves this offseason to go in the direction of winning. We mentioned this yesterday on the show yesterday. Tom Gore's buying out Monty Williams' contract showed me so much about him as an owner. That shows, okay, holy shit, that didn't work.
Now. They don't like the word owner.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, take that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
with the camo hat on and everything. Talk crazy.
Yeah,
from Romeo.
Insane.
Shit.
No, I was trying to save you. I wasn't trying to dunk on you there.
No, yeah, but I mean that showed.
Tell that guy to shut up too. He's in the chair, by the way. He's just in the measly chair.
You're in a chair too. What are you talking about?
But you're in that chair.
This is like a way more comfortable chair.
Which is less valuable. Isn't it
comfy?
This chair's got a network logo on it. You're in a fucking straw chair.
It's less valuable though.
It's not. This chair's way more expensive than that. What are you talking about?
They arguing about a chair.
You're sitting in the Sar Thompson of chairs. I got the Cade Cunningham. Show some respect.
That's good. I got everybody's over under. I know we're up against break here.
You didn't get me.
Did anybody want? Was there a particular
24.5.
team you were looking for? in terms of their over-under where they were at?
Huh?
Was there a particular team? One of you guys shout out over-unders. I have all of them here.
Justin didn't do his.
Oh.
He feels disrespected.
Yeah, low key. It's a little disrespectful.
Very
I bet with Flannel though. I said over 28.5. I think that they're gonna get around 30 wins.
Okay.
I think this. I mean, the difference between being a 15-win team and a 30-win team than being a 30-win team to a 45-win team is such a big difference. Like, it is not that difficult at the end of the day to win 25 basketball games if you so-called improved your roster vitally, even if it's just by adding the shooting and the depth. And also, I just want to ask this, and I guess we'll go into the next break, but do you guys think Kay Cunningham is an all-star next year? Because I got a bunch of flack for thinking that that's a no, but
Yeah, I was gonna say,
don't come at me.
We'll get to it. But first, it's kind of fucked up how you ignored Joel. You know, I think it's kind of fucked up. I mean, who would ignore somebody? Who would ignore somebody's opinion?
Wait, what do you mean? I didn't hear Joel say anything.
That's
It's crazy for you to get out the mud out that booth and then just like come out and immediately disrespect it like that, Chris. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm not even gonna lie. It's crazy that he's not holding it down for the other booth boy. I mean, me and Nick, we locked.
We're gonna try to project.
I thought we was about to go to break.
It's crazy.
Bro, hey, I was defending you in the chat with the Officer Thompson shit, dude. I was on your side, dog. I always got your back. Don't beat the play.
What you call? But I say, look, Allen W was saying he tried to say that I was going back on me saying that I guaranteed 30 wins, but it's more so like I was immediately like, oh yeah, Pistons 30 wins, but then I started looking like at the totality of the NBA and like how Easy just said. Other teams have also got better. That was the first thing that showed me like, we probably still gonna be at the bottom. Then it's also at the fact that like, bro, we signed Tim Hardaway and Malik Beasley. Granted, great shooters, but also very streaky. So it's like, Tobias Harris as well. Like he 20 point per game scorer, but a little streaky. So it's like, if we gonna have streaky free agents like that, it might hit a patch at the season where it might be a little rough. So it might make that 30 games a little murky. So it's like, I would want to say over 24.5 though. At least like at the minimum, if I had to guarantee a solid number, is like 27.
Okay. Yeah. See, you nailed it, bro. That's a phenomenal point about about the streakiness of those players. And that's why none of them got, outside Tobias Harris, got major money. It's because they are inconsistent. They have had down seasons. So the theory of Tim Hardaway shooting well is good, when in reality, he wasn't in the rotation of the finals team. Now, I get the Pistons are far from the finals. They don't need that much. So that's the counter.
But it's like he was starting before he got injured.
Yeah.
Then they saw how he was playing they saw how they played without him with injury. And they figured like, we are a little bit better off without him. So it's like stuff like that. So I started thinking about that made me like,
These are better scraps than what you had. Like last year you had like 7 guys who don't deserve to be in the NBA.
Definitely.
This year you have like probably 3.
That's a perfect way to put it.
You improve. So, but you're right. The streakiness is gonna be a key. When we come back, the last Pistons topic I want to discuss is what you brought up, the Kay Cunningham All-Star. That's something to do with a little bit of research I've been doing. But in the meantime, Caleb, why don't you tell us about KDK Law? Divorce.
Dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, or other family law issues?
Yes.
Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. 10 plus years of experience and 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports send you and KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they got your back.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Drive into summer and drive into savings during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest Memorial Day sale ever. We're stocked with new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, all priced to move. Like this 2024 Silverado for only $217 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $199 a month. Find your freedom in a Feldman at the Memorial Day sale going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
This summer, Dispo Dispensary is turning up the heat with amazing giveaways and exclusive offers. Enter for a chance to win a signed football jersey, and helmet from your favorite sports team. Screenshot the image with the QR code, bring it into one of their locations to get scanned, and you'll get a free $10 to spend in store. This will automatically qualify you for the giveaway. Dispo Dispensary. Visit today. DispoShops.com.
Welcome, everybody, to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm Chris Platte, filling in for Spencer Raxter on his Junecation with Nick. I got my boy Caleb.
What's going on?
I got Jesus, Joel in the booth, and Speak Easy Sports, right? Speak.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. Making my way.
Speak Easy. I think you should go with that. I think that's one you should go with. We're all loaded up. It's a Friday. We're having fun, kicking back. The thing you brought up, Jesus, that's a great point. You made a great point right before you're about to leave. Is Cade Cunningham All-Star? Obviously, a lot of people in Detroit know Cade Cunningham is one of them guys. They project multiple All-Stars in Cade Cunningham's future. Question is, will he get one this year? Because I've done the research, and I looked at, shout out my boy Josh. I always talk hoops with him. And the one thing he kind of told me was that he looked at a lot of people around the NBA, a lot of these young stars, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, a lot of these stars that are established stars, but they're young still. And Cade is kind of in line with a lot of those players statistically. Like when you look at a lot of those players' third years, when you look at De'Aaron Fox, who Cade has better numbers than in his third season, comparing third seasons. Jason Tatum around that average. Anthony Edwards pretty much almost identical in some capacities. Like Cade Cunningham is on track to be a superstar, and I think that was the reassuring thing to me, was that, was Cade Cunningham after these first 3 seasons couldn't have gone worse for you if you're Detroit and if you're Cade Cunningham. Are you now approaching an era where you can actually develop and reach your full potential? And I think the fact that Cade put up similar numbers to these guys in the ballpark of these numbers, and at the same time was given the worst situation by far of all of them. Boys, I'm not saying it's going to happen right now. I'm not saying it's going to happen this year, but Cade is going to make a real jump. Cade is going to make a real jump over these next 2 seasons. You look at guys like SGA and Luka. Can he be those players? Can he be those, like SGA averaged 23 a game in his third season, or 24. Then he jumps to, in the next 2 seasons, it was broken up because of injuries, 31 points per game. Like, you look at the numbers of Cade, you compare him to everybody else, and I think he has that ability to make that jump. One stat in particular is free throw attempts. We've talked about it numerous times on all shows on this network, that Cade Cunningham is not getting to a free throw line. 3.8 free throw attempts per game. SGA, the season he averaged 31, 9.8 free throw attempts per game. That right there is an extra 6. Not even to mention the fact that Cade shoots more threes than SGA. SGA shoots more shots, though. He shoots more mid-range. So if Cade can improve the efficiency a little bit and up the free throw attempts, guys, I don't think 30 is out of the question for Cade. Is it out of the question for him this year? Probably. Yeah. But going forward, Cade could definitely flirt in that 28, 29, 30 point. Right now, he's averaging 22.7 points per game. There's easily 5 to 6 points of wiggle room with this guy when you come to the factor of free throws and in shooting and improving his efficiency. And if you do those numbers, that's an all-star. Yeah. Where are you guys at with it? Do you see all-star this season, or do you see a big jump this season, including all-star, or do you think that's a little too premature?
You guys know how I feel about Cade. I mean, he's the man. He's probably my favorite Detroit sport athlete. I try not to be biased about him, but honestly, I don't really care. yeah, he's going to be in that tier with Anthony Edwards, SGA. Luka, do you think Luka's maybe offensively?
Luka's in a higher tier.
Yeah, it might be in a higher tier than them. But he's going to be in that tier with a guy like Anthony Edwards, and it's just a matter of time. And will it be next year? It honestly, could be next year. And like you said, he's gonna get, hopefully, if he starts getting a better whistle, 5 more free throws a game. That adds 5 more points. Yeah. And we talked about it the other day when we were talking about can Cade be a future MVP type player. The NBA is a numbers game when it comes to All-Star and MVP. And like I said, he's a walking triple-double threat every time he steps on the floor. He could be a 50, 40, 90 threat, especially with the help of Sam Vincent. That's a guy that doesn't get brought up a lot when talking about Sam Vincent is if he can get Cade Cunningham to like a 40% three-point shooter, that's one of the best point guards in the NBA, top 3, top 4.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think there's a chance he could be an All-Star next year. But he's just got to stay healthy too.
Jesus, where are you at with it?
All right, so
This is your question, so I'll let you cook.
It's tough because I was put in a situation on the morning show where it was more about arguing the point than what I essentially feel, because I do believe Cade will take a step and probably will put up All-Star numbers, but he's going to have to pay that Piston tax. Like how Scuba wasn't starting the All-Star game, he paid the Tiger tax. We play in a city that is not known and is not loved like how they are for the Lions. It's not like that. And there are good guards in the East. And even I've been seeing a lot of positionless basketball bullshit. Like, yeah, that's great. But essentially they still are trying to have around a certain amount of guards, a certain amount of forwards, and a couple centers. Like, that's how it is. Like, it's basketball. And I just feel like it's not going to be there. I mean, there's Brunson, there's Maxey, there's Jaylen Brown. Like, there's just too many names in the pot where I think that Cade is even going to get lose to media darlings like Trae Young, who I don't think is better than Cade. I think that Cade is better than Trae Young, but people like Trae Young better and feel like he's more showy, or people might do think he's a better player, but I just don't see it. I think there's a lot of good guards in the East that are just going to be put on a higher echelon than Cade.
So is Cade...
I was going to say, in that, to argue the point, or not argue the point, but to follow up with your point, we talked about it on Yin Yang the other day. It's like the case for Cade to make an All-Star this year, looking at the All-Stars who made it just the very last year, and I was saying, like, the thing was really going to hurt him from being an All-Star, especially like a year like this year too, is the fact that it's not split up into just point guard, shooting guard. It's just backcourt. So I was saying he's going to have to perform better than Tyrese Halliburton, Damian Lillard, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, and then Donovan Mitchell, and then Trae Young. So it's like those were the backcourt All-Stars this year. So it's like, okay, they're already probably going to have a little bit higher numbers than Cade. And then it's the simple fact that Cade is in Detroit, like how you just said, that he's probably not going to get the nod for that simple fact. For Cade to make an All-Star this year, he would have to get to, like how you brought up, the 30 points per game, and he would still have to probably chip in like 8 to 9 assists.
Yeah, and they'd have to win.
Yeah. And I would say if you had 38 and 9, you make it no matter what your record is.
Yeah.
If you got a stat line like that, you have to make it.
Yeah. I mean, well, the thing is, like you said, 38 and 9, like his rebounds is 4.
No, I'm saying like 30 or 8 or 9 assists. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
And here's another thing. Who is voting for Cade outside of Detroit? Like, no offense to Cade, he's an amazing player, but no one gives a shit about Detroit sports outside of Detroit sports. And you saw that in the voting of Riley Green and Tarek Skubal. Like, Skubal, yeah, he led the AL, but Riley Green is arguably the best left fielder in the AL, and he was shafted down the list. No one cares about Detroit sports except people in Detroit sports, and that is going to play a factor in Cade making the All-Star game, especially because it's a voted-on All-Star game.
I will push back a little bit. You're not wrong, but the pushback I will have is that NBA is very much it's a players' league, and I don't mean that in terms of player empowerment. I mean that in terms of fan interaction and media interaction. These media people fall in love with certain players like Herb Jones, like Cade Cunningham, like whoever you want to name. So the difference is that NBA, there's a lot more just like emotional, I guess, investment. And a lot of people believe in Cade. A lot of people think Cade has been dealt a bad hand. a lot of people outside of Detroit are genuinely rooting for Cade. They may not be Pistons fans, but they all think that Cade Cunningham is a very good player that has been dealt a very bad situation. So that's to me that's to me the one difference. But you're right. Like that doesn't swing or totally dismiss what you said, because there is a Detroit tax. I like that you put that there, because that's true. I mean, look, it's just you don't have to call it a Detroit tax. Call it a losing tax. I mean, you won 14 games last season. You have nobody's respect in the entire league. You see all these national podcasts I listen to, and they barely touch on the Pistons unless they're doing every single team. And if they're doing every single team, then they say Pistons, hey, I'm looking forward to watching Cade Cunningham, and then they keep it moving. That's it. Like they don't spend 5 minutes on them like they're the Lakers, or 20 minutes on them like they're the Warriors. Like they don't do that. They skip over Detroit. So it's a losing tax more so than a Detroit tax. But ultimately, man, I think Cade has all the potential in the world to be an all-star. We're pressed up against the break here, so when we come back, we're gonna talk more sports. Let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness that fits your budget. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands across the world. At Planet Fitness, you will experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, friendly, knowledgeable staff, and a totally judgment-free atmosphere. Did you know that all Planet Fitness memberships, including fitness training, for no extra cost? Want all the perks? Upgrade to the Black Card and enjoy the use of amenities such as the unlimited use of the Black Card Spa, hydro massage chairs, and total body enhancement, and more, along with over 2,500 locations worldwide and unlimited guest privileges. For more information, join today. Visit your local Planet Fitness, www.planetfitness.com.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi experts, Woodward Sports. Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
That shop tab today and get yourself some brand new merch. If you are tired of the old Detroit sports merch, head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today. They got plenty of merchandise for you. Once again, that's shop.woodwardsports.com.
Enough of the amateur hour. Welcome back to Whatever Way. It's live on woodwardsports.com. I'm easy joined by Caleb.
What's going on?
How you feeling? How's today been?
Do you want my honest answer, or do you want my hyped up Friday answer?
Yeah, no, fuck that. Oh, what up, Joe?
Whoa.
Had to put Chris back in his place. Sorry.
That's mad disrespectful.
You were really butthurt about having to leave.
I gave you your look how fast you elevate. I will actually want to give you credit because just a segment ago you were on the couch and you elevated, man. So props to you, man. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Crush it up there.
Why is she what you call it?
Huh.
So what was your answer, Caleb? Like,
Yeah, no, I mean, how was it on the desk? Don't tell me you woke
Yeah,
up
no.
sad.
No.
Fucking.
Why would I say
your
I'm
cat
sad?
puked in your bed? Like what?
It was raining.
Bro,
Yeah,
No, none of that. None of that.
Well, when you
No.
said you want to be honest, I feel like
No,
a
I
good
was gonna
answer's
say. I was
coming.
gonna say. No, I was gonna say I'm pretty nervous.
Yeah.
I've been nervous throughout the show. I don't know if you could tell. But I don't know. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Thank you to who should I thank for letting me on?
You
here?
should thank my guy Ivan. And shout out Ivan II. Going to Western Michigan. He's gonna be playing safety. Shout to him. Shout to Ian over at Birmingham Groves. And shout to the dad for buying a new truck for me, F-250. That's why I was late.
you didn't say his
And
last
that's
name.
Why, well, 'cause I don't want to get on with it out like that.
Because I was about to say Ivan the second. Like,
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, like, do you do that? You know?
I mean, if you shout him out,
I mean, he's playing for Western. His name's gonna be out there anyway.
Football, yeah.
All right, Ivan below the second. Belew. It's like Belew. How would you say that?
Belew.
Bellew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout Ivan Bellew the second. Yeah, he played safety
Shout
at
out.
Western Michigan. And his brother's coming up too. His name's
Beth,
Ian.
they said, "How did you hurt your foot?"
She tried to match my freak. No mas.
You gotta come tell the chat how you hurt your foot.
She got on a microphone.
No, I'm telling her come speak. Yeah, speaking to one of the mics.
This is sad.
It's a sad day in history.
I know. That chair's real warm. Heads up. You gotta grab the microphone. Or no. Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. So, try to match my freak. I'm a bigger guy, obviously. So, what would you call like your style of bet? It couldn't hold up, and they all came tumbling down. Long story short, shout out to Beth for being a trooper though. Only one doctor's appointment. She'll be back on her feet in a month. You can still get a
She's on
haircut
her
by the
feet
way.
now.
Yeah, I guess she is on her feet. She'll be fully healthy, 100% healthy, ready to go.
She looks very excited to be here.
She don't like being on camera. I'm surprised you
No.
actually got her on camera.
I know, because I just want to sit down. Because it hurt.
She's dying to sit down.
I gotta wear this for 2 weeks. Fell off the curb at work.
The curb.
Yeah.
When you say you fell off the curb at work, it makes you sound like
working a blade.
Like a, I don't want to say
Streets
it, but
didn't want me, you know.
you're on the, you're on a curb near a street and
gotta
you
be
call it
careful
work.
when you gotta be careful where you get out.
Yeah.
The garden part, I think. I was running a client out a box that he forgot here, and I thought I was like, I don't know, I must have like stepped off of it before I was actually like on the ground.
So you fell in front of a client?
Oh my god! And I landed flat on my butt on the busy street there.
It ain't
To the
flat.
point where like the cop that was turning stopped twice to roll down his window to be like, "Are you okay?"
That ain't why he stopped
Well,
twice.
yeah.
It's real
Did
bad.
you get an extra tip? Because you were bringing him his box when that happened.
I
He should-
know.
You should
Did
pay
he?
for the
Bad.
medical bills.
Yeah, he should. Yeah.
No, it was just like real bad because Becca moved to Florida, so it was one of her clients. So it was just like my first time actually cutting his hair, and I totally
Biffed it.
biffed it in the middle of the street. Like I don't even know how I was there. He had the box, and then I just like blacked out him on the ground. So
Stop popping Zans at work.
Yeah, you honestly got to quit doing drugs at work.
Pop a perky.
Yeah.
Being honest with you. I got a question for you guys. Did you guys see what's going on? Obviously,
She talking about she probably bounced straight in the air.
She bounced like 3 times. Shout out. You did not fall flat, that's for sure. All right, well, listen. You heard the Microsoft stuff?
Yeah.
Obviously, like the airplanes are down like that. Detroit Lions training camp starts tomorrow. Not every player lives in Michigan. There's guys, I know the veterans at least for sure. I'm pretty sure if rookies, if they're smart about it, they say early is on time, on time is late. So if you were smart heading into a Dan Campbell training camp, you probably came a few days early and they're probably here. But the veterans, sounds like they're having a tough time getting here. I saw a Lee McNeil post something.
Anzalone.
I saw Anzalone post something. I know personally, I got a clip today from Frank Ragnar doing a podcast. He's back at home in Wisconsin. I'm sorry, Minnesota. He's not here yet. Detroit Lions might have to delay minicamp or training camp.
Yeah. I don't know how much this really affects it that much. I mean, the veterans are going to get there. You think the rookies are already here?
They should be.
Yeah.
Probably not all of them, but the smart ones.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
you got to be early to a Dan Campbell training camp.
That's what I'm saying.
Is
The
that
smart ones are still here. I
is
bet
that-
Tyrion's still here.
I would say it's probably. I feel they probably should be here for the simple fact that you're a rookie. You probably gotta get a little more acclimated to the city, the team, how the team operates. So I would think the best idea is as a rookie to just be there, like for the most part, even before the training camp start.
I haven't been following like the Microsoft stuff that much. Like, are they gonna figure it out or no? Like, is it?
I mean, they always. They always. I guess
like, how long are they saying this is gonna like that?
It might be back at some point today. It's just everything's gonna be delayed. Actually, I read some stuff that's already back. To be honest with you,
yeah.
It's just that, like, I don't know if you saw the pictures. This airport's full of people. By the way, no offense if you are one of these people, why the fuck are you still at the airport if you know you're not getting on a plane?
Look at this.
Like, you know, for goddamn
that
sure.
gives me anxiety looking at that.
Why are you there? Leave. Find a Lady Jane's or something. Like, go hang out somewhere. Do something.
Don't hang out in a Lady Jane's.
Why would you be at the airport in line? You're not going nowhere. That's the dumbest shit to me.
That's a Jehovah's Witness's dream right there.
Oh my god, that is crazy stupid to me.
Yeah, the airport is maybe top 3 worst places on planet Earth.
Literally.
Oh, do you know what's wrong for sure? Are you gonna get a cast? It's sprained. X-ray on the foot and the ankle. I'm just reiterating because the mic.
They can't hear you.
Yeah.
You really want to go back to this segment?
Nah, I mean, I was curious. I guess we talk about it later.
Sprained foot and ankle, 2 weeks in the boot. It's a really bad sprain, they said. That's it.
Terrible sprain.
So I'm supposed to stay off of it and keep it elevated.
That's what you get. Trying to match my freak. All right, we gotta go to break. Caleb. Oh no, it's Chris. That's what the Boys and Girls Club.
I think he took off with the reads.
The Boys and you don't remember that?
No, not.
I don't remember any of my reads by heart.
Yeah, this was a paragraph. I got it though.
Shout out, Beth.
Yeah, shout out to Beth. Hope you feel better. Hope you heal super fast. Join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit. The Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League offers youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from in Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. Register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. Equipment, meals, and transportation included, all with a chance to play at Ford Field for the championship for just $175 per child. Put the youth back in youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sports.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Guardian Alarm, guys. They got custom packages, 24/7 monitoring, professional monitoring. And you call them anytime, day or night, 24/7. And you know that Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed to help you. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves the technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. That's 1-800.
Stay out.
1-800.
Stay out.
Let them know Woodward Sports
What the
sent
hell
you.
you doing?
Let them know Woodward Sports sent
That
you.
part's not even on here.
Oh.
Gee.
Well, I mean, that's just what it's been forever.
Just to let y'all
Chris,
know,
you
Easy
really-
is standing up.
I peeped what you were doing today, too.
What was I doing?
All Pistons.
Yeah, I mean,
there was no Pistons in this prep to the back half of the sheet.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Think
Half
about
of
the
those,
24.5 over under. We knew that.
yeah, half of those Lions ones were you, and you know you were flipping whips, so had to.
Yeah, I was
improvise.
trying
to call an audible.
Yeah, you were
I mean, it's really
flipping-
only one Lions one's worth of shit, and I might as well just save it till Monday now.
Yeah, that's all I did. I just saved you topics. You're welcome, bro. It's
Yeah.
all good. It's all
Yeah,
good.
I guess so.
Damn, bro.
I
just
really wish
fucking
that
player
I
hater
wish
of the
Justin
year, huh?
was like anti-trade Scoogle, but he's on our team.
Who'd
I
you
just
say?
wanted to
I'm
rub it
sorry.
in his face about AJ Hinge and Ben Verlander. I wasn't here for that part.
Yeah. Who'd you say was Broder?
Broder's been on. Honestly, I love Broder. Obviously, he started the wave.
Obviously,
he is the one. I mean, he's semi-responsible for the trade schools and stuff. If I'm being honest with you, he's got one of the biggest shows on the network. Right,
Yeah.
right in the morning, you're waking up, you're getting ready. It's just so easy to throw it on, brush your teeth, listen to the boys, and he's the one that's been starting it. He's talking about the Cleveland Guardians that they've done it, but outside of 2016, and they did go. When have they been to the pennant?
Yeah, they haven't, and that's when they traded.
Sale?
When their window closed. Yeah. No, the White Sox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they traded Sale. But the thing about Broder, when he talks about it, I mean, he makes great points about it. So it's hard to argue, but it's. There's something I'm trying to work on. I am kind of a Tarek Skubal slappy, and if he leaves, I'll be very upset. But I said this a couple times earlier. Those trades that we proposed, like with the Jackson Holiday, Kobe Mayo, the three of the top 15 prospects in baseball, that won't even be offered. So like, there's really no point of arguing with that. But yeah,
Well, I'm kind of glad that. I mean, we think we all had the prediction they stay in anyway. Yesterday, we all kind of sat around the table.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think Agent Hinge on the airwaves today told you, if anything, he's looking to buy, which does somewhat concern me for all the guys who have these one-year contracts.
Yeah.
Maybe he's looking at it as, I mean, I understand from his standpoint from this aspect too, is that he's known nothing but losing since he's been here in Detroit.
Yeah, but what are you supposed to say if you're like, AJ Hinch was going to be like, no, sell. I don't want to win. Like, he's going to say, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think he's going to say sell, but like, he didn't have to say buy because he was asked directly about Skubal. You know?
True.
And he could just say, well, we're keeping him. Like, by the way, it's not even up to him too. Yeah, and he mentioned that at the second part of it. It's like, it's more so call on Scott Harris's part.
I was gonna say, oh my bad.
No, keep going.
No, I was gonna say in that. I think why he had to say, if he was gonna say we're not gonna buy, I mean, if we're not gonna sell, we're gonna buy. He would hope to be buyers, because like the point the Tigers are at now, it would hurt us the most if we're stagnant. I feel that would probably hurt us the most if we don't sell or buy. We just stay as is. That would probably hurt us the most. So I think that's probably why he was like, just giving it out to the fans to be like, all right, if we're not gonna sell, we're gonna be buyers. I think that's probably more so what it was.
And I think he truly wants to buy too. Like, I mean, he is a guy. He's won a championship.
Yeah.
Like he's sick of losing.
Illich might be the only one in the front office that doesn't want to buy. Like Scott Harris definitely is not looking at this team, or he's definitely looking at this team saying, wow, if we paid guys, $11-12 million a year, we get 3 of those guys, we're a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
And they just him and Chris Illich have to be on the same page. But I also said this. I think right after this will be the most baller shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
In the midst of all this trade talk, they extend Skubal. Like right now, 6 years. I forgot how much I said. Just do it right now. When everybody thinks there's a chance you trade him,
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, say no. We're keeping him. He's a part of our future. And then this offseason, we're like, all right, here we go. Like,
if he's truly this guy worth this giant haul, and I get that this is his first Cy Young campaign, but if he's truly this guy worth this giant haul, then that giant haul is available down the road 2 years from now, 1 year from now, if everything doesn't work.
I was gonna say in that. So I don't watch baseball too much, and
I'm with you.
like how I go. But I would say, so if we sign him to a big contract, if he's able to stay even at this same level, and then a couple years later, we like, all right, the Tigers still suck, but he's at a big contract. We probably might be able to get like more, I guess, proven players back, because now we'll have a contract that teams are going to try to offload other big contracts that they got. We might get a nice hitter or a nice positional player that can play every day for the fact that now he has a contract that can match up with some of those higher level players.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a point Broder made yesterday, earlier, really fast is
Get him.
No, it was a great point.
Okay.
If you keep Skubal and you're not contending for a World Series in 2-3 years, you fucked up.
There's 7 games out of 500 right now.
Yeah, I know. That's why
with a shit ton of young guys.
That's what I'm saying. And if we trade Skubal, we're done. But this year's not the year.
No, this ain't the year.
No, it's not. It's
unless it's truly buy, but they're buying. And if they did buy it and make a playoff again, we talked about 3 days ago. It don't have to be the best team to compete at the MLB. Just gotta get hot.
Yeah,
literally
gotta get hot. One other thing I want to say too to the people who just say like, oh, Hinge is politicking, Hinge is being nice.
this is the same guy that just got done. And actually, the same interview was talking about how him demoting Maeda, right? Same guy who took a guy that's supposed to be the face of this franchise at some point, or maybe was Torkelson, demoted him, and he gave the warning out to the media. Not, it was like a one-on-one. I mean, it probably was a one-on-one conversation too, out of respect. I mean, I hope it would be as a good manager, but like, no, he told if he doesn't get shit going, he's gonna be back down to Toledo. Alberto's in the chat. He's got smoke. It's not just about Scoobo. Motherfuckers need to listen. I don't even understand why people think it's an argument. I'm making a case for why they should consider it, and so many people are like, nope, don't even consider. Yeah. No. I'm camp. Nope, don't consider it. It's a trade you can make down the line. You're 7 games out of 500. This team's a lot closer, I believe, than people think. I think, Chris, when we held court yesterday, that you won the court case, by the way. Probably because you're white. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it was white on white, so
it was white on white. That's very true. But like you won the court case, and Chris made the point that like you have a piece you can build around now. You're 7 games out right now. It's up to ownership to spend the fucking money and make it happen.
Yeah,
it's just that simple.
Yeah,
and we really 8-2 in our last 10, going into a series against kind of weaker teams. It's like anything. Like probably right now is the time. If you go want to buy and think that you can make a push to the playoffs, go for it. Fuck it. Like it's more so. I get it. Like you don't want to really. We talk about it with the Lions and the Pistons. You don't want to just buy to just go to the playoffs just to say you made the playoffs. But it's also like the fans in Detroit have been just longing for like postseason for so long that it might just be like just throw them a bone damn near for just this season at least. Because this is probably looking like the season that it may be the most likely for us to make a wild card spot.
Berta says it won't be on the table again. I love you, bro. I disagree on that one too. We've had Price, Verlander, Scherzer, like all guys that were paid moved on from.
This type of haul will never happen. Like right now is the prime to trade Scooble if that's what he's saying. Like if you're gonna trade him, it's now. It's now.
Can I be honest? The haul that you guys wanted, and I know you said it was very, we got clowned yesterday with that post.
I know.
That's not going to happen. No, that's a bigger haul than Soto.
No, the Boston one?
The one that's proposed yesterday?
Yeah, the people that were hitting on it are Red Sox
they were
fans.
Boston. Yeah.
But beyond Red Sox, they're also like national reporters. Multiple of them.
Yeah, but why can't we be the team that changes, the narrative of when you trade away a pitcher, you're not going to get the top guys. Like, you know what I mean?
What are you saying?
So that trade yesterday was Roman Anthony, Kyle Teal, and Marcelo Mayer. Those are 3 top 50, 60, 70 guys.
Yes. Why would the Tigers be the one to bump the trend?
Yeah, why can't Scooble be the one to do that? Why can't Scooble be the one to change the market?
That's super wishful thinking. I don't know why you would think that would be the case.
But there's always desperation. There's always leverage and desperation. There always is.
The Tiger.
That's the one thing. I'm with you, Easy, but that's the one thing that's true is that it only takes one desperate team to create leverage. I mean, nobody would have traded what they traded for Rudy Gobert.
Is no team going to be desperate in the future? Are there going to be no fringe teams in the future? I don't understand.
I'm with that.
That's
crazy to me. It's just the fact that
the Orioles. I get you can hold them hostage for sure. But there's gonna be more Orioles down the road.
Pete brought up a good point to why Tarek Scooble too will probably be like so just unique and valuable for at least a good bit. Is the fact that he's a left-handed like power thrower. So it's like you got a lot of right-handed power throwers, but not like really left-handed. And this is like watching Scooble play. Like, bro, he just literally sits people down. Like motherfuckers be up there to literally not even know like. They can't swing because some of the pitches are just coming in like so good that they just like, damn, like they got to just take their loss and just look at it. So it's like when you're able to just create strikeouts like off pure, not even just swinging misses, but just looking Ks and then not even letting people on base. It's like a player like that, I get it. You want to bring more back, but it's just like when you have a thing that's so for certain, I feel in sports, that's one of the most important things is consistency and a certainty.
Yeah.
So if you can already have a certainty like Scooble, I would say probably start looking at other pieces to trade. Like you're not going to get, of course, the haul for them, but start trying to trade those type of pieces instead of trying to like get rid of our superstar and start back from square one, like how Chris brought up, like just repeating a cycle.
If it were a new coach, if a new manager, if it were a new GM, Scott Harris is fairly new. If it were like a new turn of the page, new chapter, new regime, maybe then you could start making a little bit of sense of it. But like the fact that like Scott Harris has been here for 2 years now, Hinch 3-4,
yeah.
They're ready to win now. These guys are getting ready to win. They're not looking to restart. Their voice will grow old
in a whole nother rebuilding situation. It's not at that moment. That's not where they're at as a team.
Restarting right now would be bad for business. Hey, you would lose so many fans. You
You
would lose
literally
you would
lose
lose
fans.
you would lose every single casual fan.
You would lose players, like just
For sure.
wanting to be.
People would
Last
want a
year, yeah, who was the guy we had 2 years ago that was our ace that was like just dipped out for 3 weeks, wouldn't even respond to Alavila?
Erod. That was Rodriguez, but then he came back and was great.
But still, no respect.
Yeah.
Like this is a fucking clown show. What am I doing wasting my time here?
I wasn't
My
even
money's
paying
guaranteed
attention
either
to the
way.
Tigers when that happened. What happened? Motherfuckers just dipped.
Bro,
and
he
was
dipped.
like,
He was gone. What, 3 weeks? How long was he gone for?
A while.
Just dipped out. Wouldn't even return the calls. Like this team's not in the position to be doing that. I get what the haul is. It's just not where the Tigers are at. That's not what the Tigers are going to do. They're going to re-sign Scooble, a few pieces away from contending. And again, you don't have to have the best team. You just have to get hot.
Yeah, to be good enough. That's it.
All right, I'm sorry, Chris. I know you want to go and do your Rockstar podcast. Shout it out real quick.
The Rap Cave podcast. The Rap Cave podcast will be dropping tomorrow, talking obviously all the new drops, Big Sean's album announcement, Eminem. You know, do we really feel like it's actually a good album or not? A whole bunch of stuff. So make sure you tune into the Rap Cave podcast. It's on YouTube and on all social media platforms. But check it out. Appreciate you. This is fun, man. This is fun. Even though you know we shifted around a lot, we stayed through technical difficulties. We did some overtime, but you know what? You guys deserve that because we had the technical difficulties at the beginning of the show. So appreciate y'all.
Somebody
Easy
asked
wrap it up.
if Reese would be our ace. No, you fucking fall to your knees in the middle of Walgreens and pray that Jackson Jobe is. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Sign off. Shout yourself out. Your social medias and Joel do the same. We'll bounce.
Yeah, follow me on X at Caleb Zarnick. I appreciate you guys listening. After, like Chris said, after all the technical difficulties, shout out Noah in the back there. Hi. Yeah, everybody have a great weekend. Joel.
You know, I wish I go. I'm not on Twitter, but you can follow me on Instagram, WavyJ with 5 Ys and Wavy, and then 2 underscores after. And yeah, no, Instagram the only thing I'm on. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace.
Wait. 5 Ys after the Wavy or 5 Ys after the J?
5 Ys in Wavy.
5 Ys in Wavy.
Yeah, in Wavy.
You need to get on X, man. It's a good time.
Bro, Twitter's a fucking cesspool now.
It is, but it's the first of breaking news.
Yeah.
The memes are great.
Instagram memes better.
Instagram memes are stolen from Twitter.
No, not the shit I be seeing. I got 2 completely different like timelines. Like my Instagram and Twitter are completely like.
Oh, so you have a Twitter?
Different. No, I have a Twitter that I have from like fucking since like 9th grade that I damn near just log into like just see what's going on. But I'm actually gonna make a Twitter this weekend. Fuck it.
He logs into it. Easy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's fat.
No, what you call? I don't even get on there. I don't even tweet at people on there. I just get on there and just look at shit and laugh and then get off.
Watch
but
porn.
I'll make a Twitter. I'll make a Twitter for y'all.
Twitter is the new Pornhub.
Twitter is the new Pornhub. Yeah, honestly, you're not lying. Shout out. All right, we out. I gotta go heal Beth.